Hello, kings and queens. Welcome back. We are having a good conversation, and guess what? Queen is going to just talk and slide back. So I'm going to scale back and let them talk now. I done said everything I got to say. I'm going to let the guests do the rest. But what we're going to talk about, and thank you if you're just tuning in, and if you don't hear the message, you can hear it on YouTube when it's edited. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But right now we're talking about, and I'm going to rewind a little bit about what we're talking. We're talking about marriage and relationships, and right now we're going to talk about the modern woman and the late Kevin Samuels and his take on the modern woman. We're also going to talk about ethnicity. We're going to talk about the black woman, because that seems to be something that he was really aiming to talk about and criticize. And we'd like to get people's opinion about that, okay? So right now, I'm going to talk about Kevin Samuels. Now, Kevin Samuels, before he passed, he was on this whole thing about the modern woman, and he was complaining about black women getting PhDs and really being highly educated, and having an attitude. And what I said was, I call it a coping skill. And the coping skill is like, look, I got to do what I got to do because I don't feel nurtured. I don't feel that you're going to help me. So I'm going to do what I got to do. And that is where I feel that black women are coming from. I may be wrong, but that's Queen D's opinion. So I'm going to ask you, Jillian, what do you feel?
So in relation to the modern woman, I think it is a generational thing. Our generation is completely different from someone that's 40, 50 years old. So it depends on how you were raised, honestly. I think it's about core values in your family, what your parents showed you. So women, we are independent. We have degrees. We have our jobs. We have a lot of entrepreneurs and people that have expanded themselves. So I just think it is really how you're raised and what you were shown as a child and your adulthood. I do appreciate women for their independency, because we do have to stand on our own. We are put in situations where we have to stand on our own. We can't always depend on a man or someone. So I think Kevin Samuels' views, I have a mixed opinion on him, so it's going to be hard for me to say if I really didn't agree with everything he said. His delivery was kind of harsh at times. But I do think he did put people or give women the perspectives that they really needed to hear, instead of kind of sugarcoating it. So modern woman, I just think it depends again on like your values and what you were seen and believed to be.
I agree with you on that. And you were saying that you had been on the show. Tell me about it.
Yes, actually it was and rest in peace to him, because that was when he passed away, it was kind of like.
Is he in peace?
You know what? I hope so.
Look, transparency. I know he comes from a background of working in the church and being a counselor and everything. And from what I heard, I wasn't there, that the way he passed was not really a moral way to pass. So we can be nice and say rest in peace, but I heard on Instagram that a lot of people were like spitting on his grave. Mm-hmm. Now that's what I heard. We don't know, but it is what it is. We pray that he is not suffering.
Right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we definitely pray that. Like, we definitely didn't maybe agree a lot on the show. You can go back and look at it. We even got into a little tiff, but I came back. I think what it really boils down to is accountability on both sides. Mm-hmm. I'm just a very black and white person, and I don't believe in finger pointing. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of men rallied behind him in frustration, and a lot of women, kind of didn't want to listen, because women are a little bit more emotional beings.
Yes,
I feel like sometimes we have to pull that down and just, I believe in eat the meat and throw away the bone.
Okay, I like that analogy.
There was a bone with Kevin, and obviously it was a rough conversation, but I could say, like I said, I always try to look for the best. I took away from it, like, women are not as accountable and men are not as accountable.
Okay.
Women want to feel safe
Right.
and secure.
Yeah.
Okay? And what does safety and security look like to us? It looks like something that the black male has not been able to provide, whether that is his own fault or not. And men look for to be nurtured. I feel like